Typically, when you put something in your GPS, like let's say you want to go to your friend's house or you want to go to an event or a museum or your favorite restaurant, if the GPS says 15 minutes, it's going to take you 15 minutes to get there. At least that's how it works in Dallas. Now, New York doesn't follow the laws of physics. For some odd reason, force does not equal mass times acceleration. For some odd reason, when you put things into your GPS, if it takes 15 minutes, it could take 30 or 45, even though you're physically at the destination. Now, how is that possible? How did they break Newton's laws? Maybe because he didn't have a GPS and he didn't think about New York City parking when the apple fell on his head. During my time in New York, my friend has a car, and so we've been going to places, seeing friends, going out, and it's great. Like, it's great. You don't have to take the ghetto subway. You don't got to see a rat eating another rat. You don't have to smell the lovely smell of Mary Jane marijuana. You don't have to deal with any of that in a car. Unless you hotbox the car, then you might have to deal with a little bit of that. But you would think, oh man, Caleb, how is it possible to go from point A to point B if the GPS says one thing and you're physically there? You forgot the most important thing. What's more important than getting there is finding a place to put your car, also known in the English language as parking. Yes, parking is a whole ordeal within itself. I completely forgot in college going to church. Church service would start at 10, but we would have to show up at 9:30, 9:45, and that was pushing it because it would take 15 to 30 minutes just to park your car. And I'm not just saying, oh, you can just like pull it up to the front, because for some, I don't know who designed New York City, but clearly they weren't thinking that, oh my gosh, Americans are addicted to cars, not drugs, but cars. And so we need to actually account for the space that cars are going to occupy. But nope, nope, nope. We just thought about throwing 8.5 million people on a small little island and not thinking that some of them are going to want to drive when they get from point A to point B. We've been going to places, and I can't tell you the amount of gymnastics. I'm telling you, Simone Biles would win gold in New York City if it came to the gymnastics of trying to park your car in this city. It is borderline impossible. I failed parallel parking when I was taking my driver's test. I legitimately failed parallel parking. I am a menace to society if I were to drive in New York City because I cannot parallel park, so there's no human way that I could even park the theoretical car that I'm given because I don't know how to parallel park. Because surprise, surprise, Texas has enough land for all its deficiencies. It's got enough land to place your car somewhere. I can't tell you the amount of time that is wasted. I mean, man, who knew? My econ teacher, when he was teaching us about opportunity cost, he should have just said, oh, try to park in New York City. Bam. Everyone would have gotten an A plus in micro econ, because then the concept would just click. Trying to park the amount of stuff you waste trying to park your car in this city is mind-boggling. It should be studied in a lab. It should be, honestly, we shouldn't even declare war. Like if you want to declare war in Russia or China or whatever, Gaza, Ukraine, whatever geopolitical, whoever your enemy is, just instead of declaring war, just force them to park in New York City. I'm telling you, world peace overnight, because there's no way you're going, trust me, you could try to invade land, you could try to take their resources, you could do trade war. I guarantee you Trump will stop the tariffs if he just makes China trying to park in New York City. He'll be like, oh, oh, oh. If Trump tried to park in New York City, he was like, oh, oh, okay, we're just gonna pack it up and go home. I can't tell, 15, 20, like we are home, like I can't tell you the amount of times when we get home, why why are we wasting 10, 15, 20 minutes just for a spot? I remember one time in college, my friend, he would sleep in the lab. That's what he would do. My friend would sleep in the lab instead of going home because his car was parked at school and he knew he wouldn't find a parking spot in his apartment or like where he lived. And since he wouldn't find a park, he's like, okay, I might as well just sleep here because there's no point in going home and then coming back. He basically used that shower in a can in SpongeBob to overcompensate for the shower because he would just sleep on the floor of the lab, and he had a full-on apartment, like he had a place to stay. The problem is he didn't have a place for his car. His car was homeless, but he wasn't. It's crazy how this is so normalized. People trying to park in New York City, I legitimately do not understand it. And trust me, the subway isn't a better solution. Riding the bus is not a better solution. City bike is not a better solution. Taking a taxi cab ain't a better solution. But you kind of are very limited if you have a car. The fact that you have to do all this gymnastics just to find a place to place your car is beyond me. I legitimately don't understand the rationalization. I don't understand what people are thinking, and yet people do it day in and day out. I haven't, and I'm probably going to touch on commuting because that's also a whole other video. But parking in New York City, forget about it. No, legitimately forget about it. If you plan on coming here and you want to park your car, there's no point. There's legitimately no point, because if you just, because you're not gonna, because you can have a place to stay, you can have a place to go, but your car is just in a state of homelessness. It's in a state of eternal homelessness. Because you know what else I remember you would see? You'll hear, this is common in New York, people will just park their car and leave it there for months, maybe even years, but they'll just leave it there. They won't move it because they have the parking spot. Like, the parking spot is more worth than the car itself. How does that make sense? That defeats the purpose. We might as well go back on horses, because you don't have to worry about parking your horse. You can find there's enough places for your horse. But for your car, you got to worry about this, you got to worry about that, and this, let's not even get into, sometimes people will break into your car. People smash the windows of your car. So not only do you have to worry about parking it, but you also have to worry about somebody smashing the windows. It's legitimately insane. I don't know how people rationalize parking in New York City. It makes no sense whatsoever. Because honestly, for me, you know what I would do? Your boy would call his boy up, because, I'm friends with Aladdin. I don't know how, but man, I got man on speed dial. He's in my contact list. I would just say, hey, can you send that magic carpet right? And that's what I would do. Honestly, I would rather use a helicopter. I would rather somehow, fix my financial troubles, enter the top 1/10 of 1%, and I would just helicopter to commute. That is a way more feasible than having a car in New York City, because it is borderline impossible to find a place to park it. So if you're thinking, oh man, like, I'm in New York and I got a car and this and that, I ain't ghetto anymore, I don't gotta walk, I don't gotta do this, I don't have to put up with the bus. Trust me, the people using public transportation, the people using city bikes, they don't gotta worry about any of the BS you gotta worry about, because their cars are not homeless. It's a whole lot better to have a non-existent car than to put up with trying to find a place to park it. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked, please like and subscribe. My socials would be linked down below and on somewhere at the end of this video. You can click anywhere. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.